all of this camera gear, but you still won't make memories with me. Happy New Year. Oh man. So let's say that you're a beginner filmmaker. You want to make amazing travel videos, you want to take awesome photos, maybe get a beautiful vlog here and there, you know, maybe just start your own YouTube channel. Well, you're just like me about a year ago, and I get it. It can be difficult. You don't know where to start with all the camera equipment out there. So I'm going to show you some camera bag essentials that you should consider come 2022. Now, of course, the first essential thing is gonna be your camera bag. I have the K&F concept bag right here. It doesn't really matter what camera bag you get, but you wanna make sure that your camera bag does have adjustable compartments. You can see right here, I can pull it out because of Velcro and set it up however I'd like. And then otherwise, you just wanna make sure that you have a bunch of other slots for whatever else you might wanna put in here. And of course, the first thing that's gonna go in your camera bag is, well, your camera. I highly recommend the Sony A7III. This is what I started out with, and it's been with me since day one. You get 4K 24 FPS, 30 FPS, meaning gorgeous cinematic footage. You get 1080, 120, and 60 FPS, meaning you can complement that cinematic footage with awesome slow motion. And of course, you can't forget about your photos. 24 megapixels, so you're getting super detailed photography. And on top of all of this, you have great low light performance, one of the primary reasons I invested in this particular camera. So basically, it's reliable in any situation. Fantastic for beginner filmmakers. The lens that I would pair with my Sony A7 III is gonna be the Tamron 28-75 f2.8. The focal range on this, the 28-75, is gonna make you super versatile. You could do anything in portrait, you could do anything in landscape, in both photo and video. On top of that, you get the f2.8, meaning that you get that super thin depth of field with the bokeh. It's just gonna make all your imagery pop. This was my second lens, and I wish it was my first. By the way, I've left links down in the description for all the camera gear that I mentioned in this video if you're interested. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe, because you know I'd love to have you. Another essential in your camera bag is gonna be an ND filter. Definitely pick up one of these from ND8 to ND32. They're basically sunglasses for your camera, so when you get blasted with too much light and you don't wanna change any other of your camera settings, this guy's gonna do the trick. And as you continue on your adventures capturing amazing footage, you wanna make sure that you capture beautiful sound as well. A good video becomes a great video when you have awesome sound design. I highly recommend the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. I'm actually using it right now, so you've been listening to it this whole time. You can already tell it has fantastic audio. You can do a lot of decibel adjustments, and the best thing is it turns on and off with your camera. So you don't have to worry about your battery randomly dying out on you. Not to mention that the battery already lasts for like 3 weeks anyways. At this point, all the essentials for your camera setup should be built out, and all you really need is a tripod. I have a Joelkin tripod, but it doesn't really matter what tripod you get. You just want to make sure that it's sturdy, and you want to make sure that it has a fluid head so that you can point and angle your camera in any direction. Last but definitely not least is a drone. You may ask me, why is a drone essential? Well, just trust me, you want a drone, you want a sky camera. I use the DJI Mavic Air 2, meaning that I get 4K up to 60 FPS footage, cinematic and slow motion. That's what I'm talking about. I get 48 megapixel photos, meaning super detailed sky photos, pretty great as well. And my favorite function, 8K hyperlapses. They look insane. If you're unsure about getting a drone, don't be. The learning curve for this is close to zero in my opinion, and it can only add to your creativity. By the way, when you do get a drone, I highly recommend that you get the Fly More package because you want these extra batteries. They cost so unnecessarily much on their own. Now, I wanted to include some honorable mentions. The first one being a gimbal. This is the DJI Ronin S. It really helps to stabilize your footage, especially when you're doing those long traveling shots. You can work around without a gimbal, but it does just make it that much more convenient. And these next few items, they're not even honorable mentions. They're just staples. Just throw them in your bag. We have a Tide pen. You also have a knife and you have a cleaning cloth. Super handy, self-explanatory. You're welcome. By the way, if you want to see all the camera gear I keep past the essentials in my camera bag, I'm gonna leave a link to that video right over here. Don't forget to like. Definitely do not forget to subscribe because I'd love to have you as a part of this creative journey. And I will see you next week.